Thank you to our local fire and rescue trio for singing the national anthem. Next up, I would like to invite our mayor to offer a few comments regarding the 9/11 Memorial Anniversary.
Thank you. It's an honor to be with you all here today. I want to thank Fred Moore with Flags for Vets for being the catalyst to organize this wonderful tribute. All of us remember where we were 14 years ago today. I was in the middle of some work when a colleague shouted, "The tower is falling." The steel beam that is with us here today was part of those towers. I remember watching those magnificent buildings burn and then fall, and then seeking to make sense out of what was happening. How could this happen? Who did it? Why was it done? Then as we learned about the attack at the Pentagon and the Flight 93 crash in Pennsylvania, I had more troubling questions. Is my city safe? Is my family safe? How long will these attacks go on? The impact of 9/11 will echo for generations in ways large and small, national and personal. Let me remind you about Ron Gamboa. His family came to Louisville from the Philippines when he was a small child. He went to school at St. Albert the Great and Trinity High School, class of 1986. Ron was 33 years old on this date 14 years ago. He was coming home from vacation with his partner Dan and their adopted son David. David was only 3 years old. Ron, Dan, and David were aboard United Flight 175 when it struck the South Tower at 9:03 a.m. At Ron's memorial service at Trinity, his younger brother said, "I am still waiting for you to call to tell us that you are okay." Multiply that sentiment by 2,977 lives, and we remember the horrible magnitude of what happened 14 years ago today. We also remember, in the face of unimaginable tragedy, the unbelievable acts of courage and bravery from the first responders in New York City, many of whom lost their lives as they put the welfare of others over the preservation of their own lives. These acts of heroism represent the epitome of dedicating one's life to love of community, love of country, and unquestioned commitment to public service. While I hope none of the first responders here today ever has to face anything of the magnitude of 9/11, I have seen you in action numerous times, and I know you'll answer the call with the same degree of courage, professionalism, and dedication. We saw great acts of compassion from citizens as well. In the weeks following 9/11, more than 300 Kentuckians traveled to New York to prepare 69,000 meals for the first responders and volunteers. Louisville businessman John Heil spent days in Lower Manhattan clearing debris. He later remarked, "I can say that in one of our country's darkest moments, we shined our brightest. It was honest and pure. There was goodness, love, understanding, camaraderie, and compassion." After that, John came back to Louisville and he became a firefighter. John is here with us today with his family. John, thank you. I feel quite certain that our national outpouring of goodness, love, compassion, camaraderie, honesty, and purity was not the goal of the hate-filled extremists behind the 9/11 attacks. But this was our national response, and making an active decision to embrace and practice these values on a daily basis will, in the end, produce the strongest societies. The terrorists who caused 9/11 want us to live forevermore in fear. As a nation, we showed that was and will never be a path that we take. For the people and first responders who gave their lives, our hearts will always ache. Our responsibility as Americans is to forge ahead with appreciation for our country, for those who keep us safe, and all who are involved in making our country a more perfect union. Thank you.